Hey guys, we've been asked to do a gameplay video of Onami. Again, this is still a prototype copy of the game. The final version, we're going to have a thicker board, and we're going to have different markers than what we're using today. The ones we're using today are just a glass marble kind of thing. But the final version will be an Othello chip and also a D6. And also today we're playing a two-player game. So there you go. So the first is the startup, and what you do is you lay the board flat on the surface, which here we are, and then each player will draw cards from a shuffled deck. We've already got them shuffled, so I'm going to actually draw the cards. I got 5. My opponents can draw 5 cards. Also, the board is a little bit bigger than this, but I zoomed in on this half of the board, and we're going to restrict our play to this side of the board. Overall, it's a 25 square board, and I just wanted to zoom in on this portion of the board so you guys can really see the numbers and things, how they react with each other. So, if we were playing a 5 to 6 player game, we would have drawn 4 cards instead of 5. But other than that, we're ready to go. So we've determined first that I'm the first player. So the first thing you do is you keep your cards hidden from your opponent, right? You hold them in your hand so they can't see what you might potentially play. And on your turn, you place a card on the board inside of one of the squares. So I'm going to choose to actually, and you can turn your card in any direction you wish. So I'm going to actually play it so the zeros are facing the edges of the board, which means that, you know, because when somebody tries to capture your card, they're going to put a number next to it that is larger than it. So you want to always put your larger numbers on the outside of the card. So I'm going to indicate that this is mine by putting my marker on it, and then if there were other cards in play, I would see if I could do any waves, but in this case this is the first card, so there's nothing to check. To end your turn, you draw a new card, which I'll do now. And now it's my opponent's turn. And he is going to, right off the bat, be very aggressive. And he's got a card here that's got an 8, and this is a 6. So that means that it captures. Now, if there were more cards, it could potentially wave because 8 is greater than 6 by 2. If there were other cards, it could potentially continue to go, but because there's no other cards to go to, that's all we see. All right. So now, did you draw a card to end your turn? Yep. So you always want to make sure you draw when you draw your card, you make sure that you've flipped all your things over to the right side. All right. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to play. I'm going to play. Sorry, we're doing this on the fly, so we're not really trying to not make silly moves while still talking, but this will do. So I'm going to actually go here. So 6 is greater than 3, so first I'm going to indicate that I own this card. 6 is greater than 3 by 3, so I can capture up to 3 cards. So 6 is greater than 3, so I'm going to be able to capture this one. And then the wave keeps going, and the way you check to see if it keeps going is if the card adjacent to it is greater than it. So 8 is greater than 6, so I capture this one as well. And the wave would have kept continuing because it could have captured 3 cards, but there's only 2 to capture. So now I'm going to end my turn by drawing a card. Now it's my opponent's turn. And of course, The trend continues. 8 is greater than 1 by 7. Nope, that's my marker. So he is going to capture all of the cards again. Now obviously there's some strategy that we're being really bad at right now. Trying to figure out, so my best, did you draw a card to end your turn? So I am going to go with, my cards are not as good this time. That's okay. I'm going to go with this guy. And so 6 is greater than 3, right? So first of all, I get this. So 6 is greater than 3 by 3. So I get to capture up to 3. So the wave continues to this one. And then it continues to this one because 8 is greater than 1. Then it continues to this one because 6 is greater than 3. However, it does not keep continuing because I've run out of power. Because I only had 3 that was greater. So my opponent gets to keep this card. Now it is my opponent's turn. Oh man. Of course. So 7 is greater than 0 by 7. So here we go again. I get all of them. And it is the person who laid the card down's responsibility to flip the cards. That's why it's we use the drawing a card to indicate your turn is over, so you know that they're done. Because if they happen to not flip something that they owned, then they lose out on it. Okay. So let's see what I can do now. Oh, I've got a good move. So I'm going to go here. Now, here's an opportunity. So in this case, the wave I'm going to create is going to go in 2 different directions. So 8 is greater than 7 by 1, so I get to capture this card going this direction. And then 6 is greater than 2 by 4. So I get to capture this. I can't go that way because 3 is less than 6. So I can't go that direction. But I can continue to go this direction, another 3. So I get to go 8 is greater than 1, so I get this guy. 6 is greater than 3, so I get this guy. And it was 4, so I actually get this one as well. And I'm going to end my turn. Now it is my opponent's turn. There's lots of different strategies you can use in this game. You can be very defensive and set up walls, if you will, where you always you make it so that you're actually creating a firewall within your cards, so to speak. So you get 6, so that was 1, 2, so you get 4 more. So in this case, you see how it can actually spread out in 2 directions in this case. Still. Oh yeah. Oh, you get this direction too. Right, 7's greater than 2 by 5. So that is coming from that direction, right? So there. And then, yeah, he's going to get all my cards. Man. So as you can see, this is a lot of swings in this game. And it really has come down, every time I've played it, it comes down towards the end, where if you play a little bit of strategy in how you set up your cards. Obviously we're just kind of playing off the cuff right now. We would have we probably would put more thought into each of our laydowns, if you will. So, and also what happens as the game progresses, your hand becomes weaker and weaker because there's common cards that are not quite as good, and they tend to build up in your hand. So as the game progresses, it actually becomes a lot harder to get some additional waves. So the best play I have is to play against his 0 here with this this 4. So 4. So first I get to capture this one. 4 is greater than 0 by 4. So I'm going to capture this one. That's 1. Then I can choose to go in either direction. I'm actually going to choose to go this way. So this is 2. This is 3. And then this is 4. So that's all I get to get. I could have kept going that way if I had a bigger number here, but I didn't. So now I'm going to draw a card to indicate my turn is over. Okay? Your turn. Okay, so a 6 is greater than 1 by 5. And he's going to get all my cards again. Okay. All right. Very well. Let's see how this goes. But you exposed a 0 here, so we'll see how that turns out for you. So we've agreed to not go past this line here. So we're actually going to end the game. We're going to end the game when these squares are filled up. So let's see. And that's one way you can do this to play a shorter game, is to even say that, hey, let's just. But you want to make sure that you choose an odd number of squares, because if you don't, then you may end up in a tie. So this direction 2 is less than 4, so it's not going to go this way. But 6 is greater than 0 by 6. So I'm going to capture this guy. That's 1. This guy, that's 2. Can't go this way, but I can go this way. You know what? You captured this earlier and you couldn't have. Because it couldn't come this way and it couldn't come this way. So this one actually still belongs to me. I missed that. We may have to redo this video because of that. That's okay. So 6 is greater than 0 by 6. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and actually I'm going to go this way too. 6. And I'll draw a card to indicate my turn is over. Your turn. Where do you want to go? Okay. So 5 is greater than 2 by 3. So that's 1 capture. And he can choose to go in either one of these directions. You can either go this way or you can go this way. That's 2 captures. There's 3. And that's it. All right. So I'm going to go with I'm going to go with this card here. And I'm going to capture in this direction, so I get 3. So it's going to go this way and capture all 3 of these. And draw my card. Your turn. Yeah, see, that was smart. So he blocked the fact that I could have captured these with a very low numbered card by putting his own card in that spot so that it blocks that area. Otherwise, that was definitely where I was going next. So he didn't get to capture any cards, but he protected some of his cards from being captured. Yep, because I don't have... Obviously, if I would have had something greater than a 5 here, it could have continued, but alas, I don't, so doesn't matter. I'm going to go here, and that's going to end our game. So, at the end of the game, once the last wave has dissipated, you determine the winner by whoever has the most squares. So white, which is me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I win. Good game. Thanks for watching.